It's beautiful scenes. Absolutely beautiful. Hi there, buddy. How you doing, buddy? What up, guys? Astro here, back at it again with another video, and today we're gonna give you a quick little beginner's guide for 4.0. It's not going to be like a full beginner's guide where I go through every single control and things like that or whatnot, but it's going to be kind of like a small good way to start off in 4.0 if you're a new player or a returning player and you just got a starter ship. We're going to go through some small little tips and tricks and mainly focus on a little bit of bounty hunting and just starting off as a bounty hunter and just getting into the game. So I know 4.0 has been out for a little bit at this point, but this is, you know, a good video to have out. And it's kind of an old video, but updated. So I'm updating it to 4.0 from an old video. So if you like that sort of thing, you know what to do. Smash that like button, leave me a comment down below, and subscribe if you haven't already. You can also hit that notification bell so you know when I go live, because I'm live streaming Monday through Friday at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And other times randomly, so that's why you hit the notification bell, and of course to know when all my videos get dropped, right? As on top of that, you can hit that join button down below and become a member, and that gives you double giveaway chances and supports me as a content creator. So thank you guys, it really does help out so much. You guys are the best community around. I appreciate you guys. Speaking of giveaways, I believe Astro Giveaway Manny has some words for you guys. Can you take that away, please? Hey guys, Giveaway Manny here, back at it again. Thank you, Present Manny, for the introduction, and you're doing so great, looking good. The channel's doing awesome. Thank you for all your hard work, Present Manny. Here we are on another giveaway. For 7,000 subscribers, this is what this giveaway is. You did such a good job on getting 6,000 so fast. We're doing another one before the end of the year. That is, when we get to 7,000 subscribers before the end of the year, before it becomes 2025, then I'm giving away a F7C Mark II Hornet Ghost with some extra paints possibly if we get to 7,000 before the end of the year. So smash that like button and share the video around so we can get to 7,000 faster, and subscribe, of course, if you haven't already, because that's how we get there. So how do you enter this giveaway, you may ask? Well, you enter the giveaway by liking and commenting on every video from now until the giveaway ends, okay? You have to like and comment in the video, and in the comment you have to use the code word that is going to be somewhere in the video. So therefore the videos you're going to have to watch all the way through and find the code word in the video. There's a code word somewhere in the video. You guys have been doing such a great job on finding that code word and making fun comments with those code words. So a random video is going to be picked from now until we hit 7,000, and you make sure you're liking and commenting in those videos. That's how you enter. Use the code word, all those wonderful things. F7C, Mark II, Hornet Ghost. That's the giveaway. 7,000 subscribers. I'll see you when we get there. And back to you, Present Manny. Thank you, Giveaway Manny. I appreciate you very much. All right, guys. So today, like I said, we're going to do a kind of like beginner's guide kind of thing. We're going to use the Aurora. So I'm basically going to be updating my beginner's guide for starting with an Aurora. I'm kind of going to do exactly what I did in the last video, but it's in 4.0 and updated. So let's talk about it. The first thing I want to do for a beginner's guide here, we're in our hangar, and you don't have to be decked out with weapons per se when you're just starting off, unless you already have weapons in your inventory and things like that. But I think gearing up is important, guys. I think you should get yourself some armor and some ammo and a gun, and then always make sure you have med pens and a med gun on you as well. It's very important. And the biggest thing to have is a multi-tool with a tractor beam. I cannot stress that enough, guys. You should always have a multi-tool with a tractor beam, which I do not currently have on my person at the moment. I did that purposely because I wanted to show you guys the multi-tool with the tractor beam. I know you guys know what it is, but you should always have a med gun and a multi-tool with the tractor beam. I always, you know, just double click, put it on my side, and then if it does, you don't know what attachment it has on it unless you go and you click on it, right click on it, or customize and look. But if you just double click on your tractor beam, it will automatically put it onto the multi-tool that you have equipped it on you. You see it went from ×5 to ×4. The tractor beam we now have on our side does have, or the multi-tool we have on our side does have a tractor beam attachment. And I think that is one of the most important things to tell you guys as a new player is make sure you have a multi-tool with a tractor beam. You always are going to need it. It always comes in handy. The next thing we're going to talk about is this is an Aurora beginner's guide for starter ships with an Aurora video. So we are going to be in an RSI Aurora MR. And I believe my Aurora is completely stock for you guys. It's the menu there was bugging out, so I need to switch to a different ship and switch back, and then hopefully it'll be fixed. And it's not, so I'll try it again. I'll switch to a different ship again, and then apparently all of them are bugged right now, so we'll close the Moby glass. Thank you, Chris, for making stuff difficult on me. Going back to select the ship, scrolling down back to the Aurora MR, and then letting it load in, and hopefully it will work. Oh, it is working. There we go. Okay. So as you can see here, for some reason it does not have a jump drive in. Okay, so this Aurora apparently cannot jump through the jump gate. For some reason it has a jump drive missing. I need to make sure that if I was going to jump to the jump drive, that's taken care of. Here is a beginner tip. Please take your coolers off of your ship. You will thank me later. This is only for 4.0 right now. We're expecting that in the upcoming .x patches that they're going to re-implement reasons to use coolers. But for now, take your coolers off of any ship you're flying at all, or all together. In general, you do not need coolers. They do nothing but take away pips from you. So just take your coolers off of your ships. So that's a nice little tip for you guys there. Second off, this is the stock Aurora. That's okay. We don't need to worry about that. Speaking of the stock Aurora, important for you new players to know is that you have 2 Bulldog repeaters on your stock Aurora, but you have 2 empty slots for 2 other weapons as well, meaning you can have a total of 4 Bulldog repeaters on your Aurora. That's important to know, and that's what we're going to focus on today's video. We're going to go bounty hunting and get you 2 more guns on your Aurora for free using the multi-tool and the tractor beam. And while we're doing that, we'll talk about some tips and tricks while flying and whatnot. So let's pull up our Aurora and get started on today's video. I mean, obviously everything I've said is important, so if you're missing out on me explaining things because you're skipping to the action of flying the ship, well, you missed out on a lot of beautiful tips there, and I think it's important to think about it and hear out all the wonderful things that we have to say. Plus, we get to watch the small little tiny Aurora come up in a extra large hangar. Isn't that fantastic? Guys, don't sleep on the Aurora. The Aurora is a beautiful ship. It is quite maneuverable. It is really cool. I started with the Mustang Alpha, and I really feel like making a video on the Mustang Alpha sometime soon, because the Mustang Alpha has like the best cockpit view in the entire game, and the MFDs for the consolidated outlines look so good. So let me know down below in the comments if you guys want to see a Mustang Alpha video, because those things are fantastic. I mean, it doesn't have to be a Mustang Alpha. It could be the military variant, the Delta, or it could be the racing. I don't know. But the thing is, the Mustang looks amazing, and I want to show that off. The Aurora has its plus sides too. As you can see, you have a bed in the Aurora, right? Nice compact interior, okay? There's not very much to the interior, but it gets the job done. You have a bed when you need to go to sleep, meaning you can bed log, and you can still be a small little fighter that is actually kind of hard to hit, so good pilots can do some damage in the Aurora. Okay, so we're going to start this puppy up. One thing to note, I do fly decoupled mode, and I fly with all these advanced settings on. So if you don't know how to pull up these advanced settings, you can look in your MFDs and look at all the different options for you guys. For this is a beginner guide, so let's go over that. Stock in the Aurora, these are the stock MFDs that it starts with. It seems to be a little bit bugged. I don't know if it's always like that or not, but this point is this MFD over here has your configurations on it. This is important to go through. Most of these settings are in the game options menu as well, so you can set them as your default, so it goes that way for every ship. But just to talk about it, we can talk about these MFDs, or these MFD options on the left here. So this is the flight options. Most of the time people are going to have coupled mode enabled, meaning that when you are off of the gas, your ship comes to a stop, and when you're on the gas, your ship goes at whatever speed you're pressing the gas. So for me, I fly decoupled, which means the momentum doesn't stop unless, you know, the motion doesn't stop unless you stop it yourself, right? Unless an act is forced upon. I'm butchering physics laws here, and I'm a physicist, but you know what I mean. An object stays in motion unless else acted upon, right? And so in decoupled mode, basically I have a throttle. You'll see it doesn't matter. If you want to practice flying decoupled mode, you turn this off. Then there's cruise mode, gravity compensation. I usually keep gravity compensation on unless I'm in a battle situation. I have a key binding that toggles this on and off. Then there is this auto slowdown. I think that's defaultly turned on. I turn it off because all this stuff, G-Safe, you should turn off. You should get used to flying without G-Safe on. And then make sure that you have space brake enabled by boost, and a couple other things. Proximity assist is defaultly on. That kind of slows you down when you come close to objects that you're going to run into, but I suggest turning it off because it gives you more control of your ship. And then your speed limiter, I have that off and whatnot. There's more in the gunnery tab. Precision lines, I would suggest turning that on. That is the lines that you'll see when I target something. So you see this on my pip here. You see those lines, those are not defaultly on, but if you are in your gunnery tab and you put show precision lines on, there you go, right? I do not run lag pip most of the time. I run lead pip, so you can choose which one you like better. And then fade pip, I turn that off so that the pip doesn't disappear when you're on direct target with the ship, so you always have the pip available. And all these other things are good to explore too, like this magnifies your pip. I don't necessarily like that. This one changes you to stagger mode. This is important if you're using cannons instead of repeaters. And then here's the HUD options, the MFD casting. The MFD casting is the thing on the top left of my screen. If I have a target, I will have something on the top right of my screen. For example, if I have a target, you can see that there's a target in the top right of my screen. That is your MFD casting, and your advanced HUD as well for SEM mode, nav, and labels. So this is the advanced HUD I have on here. If I turn that off, it simplifies it, gives you more seeing room, but it doesn't give you all that information, and it's all in kind of different locations. So I actually really do love all my information in my screen, and I prefer to have that on. You can change this, like I said, in the settings, in the game settings by default if you want to, but it's really no biggie. Or that's where I would do it, actually. Sorry, excuse me. But go through your default settings. Here you see all these different things are still here. Automatic slowdown, decoupled, gravity compensation, G-Safe. You want to turn all those to the correct things that you want. But the thing is, what I was trying to say is you can put a key binding for this, for turning these on and off. This is all preference. And then there's also these labels here. So you see how that changes to a symbol compared to a label. I like the labels. As you see, coupled mode, decoupled mode. If you have labels off, then it's like a symbol. I just like the words. It's nice. But there you go. That's your MFD configuration. I actually didn't plan on putting that into the segment. That actually took 5 minutes of explaining all those settings, but I think all those settings were important for new players. So let's go fly our Aurora and talk about tips and tricks we can talk about while we're flying. Okay, so here we go, taking off. So taking off here, from Orison. Doesn't matter where you spawn. It is what it is. Wherever you spawn, it's your choice. I have videos regarding best places to spawn in 4.0, best places for your starting location. It's all just a preference. They all have their ups and downs, and I just prefer to be at Crusader. I prefer to be at Orison. I mean, that's me. If you want to be wherever you want to be, that's all good. We're going to boost out of here. It does seem the MFDs are permanently bugged. Maybe when we quantum drive or swap modes, it'll fix out. But we're able to quantum drive away now. And we're going to find a spot. Actually, I have to cancel my route. I think it has Crusader as my route. It does not. Okay. So then let's just find Seraphim and quantum out. You don't have to quantum the Seraphim or anything, but that's just where I'm going to start off. I do want to mention real quickly as a new player guide to get used to your favorite space stations, because they are very helpful to have as kind of base of operation stations. Seraphim, Port Tresler, Bajini Point, Everest Harbor, those are the ones that are above the planets or whatever. So do get used to your base of operations. In this case, if you're starting at Orison, Seraphim would be your main station, right? So get fairly familiar with them and you know, go exploring, have some fun. Anyways, so for this here mission, we're going to start off doing bounty hunting missions. So we're going to do bounty hunters, and we're going to do a VLRT is what you'll start with. There's going to be a tracker license. If you're brand new and you haven't done it before, you're going to have to do a tracker license mission for bounty hunting. It's going to be like the only mission you can do, and it's going to be to unlock your bounty hunting missions. There's a whole rep system in the game. We're not going to go over all of that in this video, but do know that every type of mission has their own rep, and different companies have their own reps. Like Crusader has its own rep compared to Hurston and Microtech and things like that. What we're working on is bounty hunter rep in this video, and I'm max in bounty hunter rep, but you start off as an applicant or not eligible, right? And then you do your tracker permit and you unlock your first couple of bounty missions. So, do we have a VLRT so that we can show off the very starter missions? Apparently we do not. We only have LRT. What I'm going to do is actually quantum to a moon, either Yella, Daymore, or Selen, whichever one I can find, to actually get us to a different layout of the system. This part doesn't matter, but sometimes it resets your missions. I gave you guys a big explanation while being down at Orison, so our missions were kind of sitting there timing out. So anyways, we're going to look back at our mission tabs. I really want to do a VLRT, and there you go. The missions kind of did a refresh. Still, I don't see a VLRT. Why do I not see a VLRT? What I'm looking for is the very low target. Very low target bounty. See, this is the low risk target bounty, LRT. I'm looking for the one actually below it that is very low risk, because that will be what you guys are starting with. If you are just starting off, you're either going to have it or you don't have it. Sometimes you have to fight for missions because the game is just now starting off, and the missions can be a little bit wonky, but with a little bit of patience and hopefully all these player bounties going away, it won't be too bad. Because like I can't even click on the stuff that is down there. There is a VLRT. You see it? Do you see it down there? Right there, VLRT, we got it. Okay, surrounding the asteroid field of yellow. Perfect. So we got our VLRT. Very low risk target. This is what you would start with. And let's go fight our first target. So the goal in this mission is we want to kill our target, but we don't want to full death him. We want to soft death him. So there's two phases of your ship exploding in this game. There's a soft death phase that your ship gets completely destroyed. You have no more power. You can't fly it. It's broken, but it's still intact. Okay? It's still intact. Hold on one second. We're getting a phone call in the middle of my recording, so I'm going to have to cut my recording and do some editing. Isn't that wonderful? BRB, guys. Alright, anyways, we're back. Sorry, I had a phone call from the wife. Got to pick it up in the middle of the recording. So now there's a little cut in there. I like to do unedited videos for you guys so that you guys can see the whole process. But sometimes there's an interruption, and that's okay. Anyways, so our target location is over there. So this is actually a great example. This is a big problem we're having in 4.0 right now, is your quantum markers are not appearing in for your missions. Okay, so you get the marker, but there's supposed to be a quantum marker when you're in nav mode that will take you to that location, and it's actually not appearing. So I'm so happy that I get to share some more knowledge with you guys. Okay, so in order to get your quantum marker to appear, guys, in order to get your quantum marker to appear, you have to reset your game client. So Alt F4 will completely close out your game, and you'll have to relaunch Star Citizen, but it's like you're hard crashing the game. So your character's actually not going to move. They're going to stay exactly where they are. And when you relaunch the game, you're going to be in the exact same place you last were. And then you'll have markers. The only thing on top of this that I suggest is to get out of your pilot seat before you do this. Because you know my MFDs on the top left and the top right of the screen when we're in combat? Those will break if you Alt F4 while you're in your pilot seat. So I'm actually going to get out of my seat, okay? And then I'm going to Alt F4 to restart the client and come back, okay? So go ahead and do that, and I'll do another cut in the recording, and I'll be back when we get back into our Aurora with our mission working fully. I'll see you there. Watch this. Alt F4. Bink. Gone. See you on the other side. Okay, we're back. I'm in the loading screen, and hopefully everything will work perfectly fine. You know, I hope I gave you guys information that works. I've done this plenty of times, so I'm not really worried. But sometimes people will say, I followed your instructions and it didn't work. Well, did you follow my instructions the exact way I told you to do it? We're back here. The target's there. Everything's working. We still have our mission. Like I said, let me reiterate what I just said. If you Alt F4, you come back exactly where you were before, and you still have your missions, and everything is exactly the same. Okay? And it fixes a lot of bugs. If you hit exit to menu or quit game from the exit button or the escape menu, that will not happen. That will stow your character and reset you back at your home location or the last station you visited. Okay, so that is not the answer. Alt F4 is the answer. Okay, on another note, let's check if our quantum marker is there. It's like what Astro Manny says actually works, ladies and gentlemen. I appreciate you guys for all your love and support, and I'm here to help you guys. So we're here at OM1 of Yella. Always quantum to OM1 or OM2 before you go into an asteroid field, because when you quantum in, like we're about to do right now, you will be above the asteroid field or below it, or however you want to see it. Therefore, you're avoiding all the mess of the asteroid field and flying through the asteroids. You start above, and you can just fly straight without worrying about hitting any asteroids. And of course, the enemy gate is down if you're above, right? Anyways, we're going into our first combat situation. It's 30 kilometers away, so I'm actually going to fly in a little quickly. I'm in nav mode at the moment. I'm going to swap to SCM mode when we get to around 15 kilometers. Maybe I would do that a little bit earlier if this was a higher level bounty, but since it's a low level bounty and it should be just one small ship, then I'm just going to go to SCM mode around 15 so I can finish explaining how to do this and all this stuff and prepare for the battle. First off, I don't know why we don't have our power management screen here. It's also bugged, so I'm actually going to put my power management screen over here. As you can see, we can have full pips into everything since we took out the coolers. So get your pips to where you want them to be. You get a full pips and everything in the Aurora because you took out your coolers. There's our target, or there is its escort. Our target is actually up there, Cameron Wilson, in a 100i of some sort. And there's an Aurora. Actually, that's perfect. Okay, that's exactly what I wanted to see. Its escort is an Aurora. So this is exactly what I wanted to see in the tutorial so I can explain what I want to do and how to do starting off in this game. The reason why we brought the multi-tool and the tractor beam. Remember, the Aurora is a ship that has only 2 size 1 guns on it by default, but it actually could fit 4 size 1 guns on it. So we're actually going to steal the guns from this Aurora that we're fighting. Let's talk a little bit about tactics. So here you are following your pip. You want to try to keep your pip at a 90-degree angle straight up on the screen. It's the fastest way to move your ship is through pitching, okay? So you see how it's that way? I'm gonna roll, get him back to 90-degree angle. You see this? I'm keeping the pip at a 90-degree angle, and you see how I'm rolling to keep it like that. You see the precision lines? Basically, you want to have your crosshair go through the precision lines. That's how you do your best kind of flying and best kind of landing shots on your target. So let's go ahead and roll, get back to 90 degrees, and then take some shots, okay? There it is. Landing some shots. Stay on them, land some shots. Another thing is, you want to be at a decent range. You don't want to fire if you're 1k away. You want to be within 1k. Preferably you want to be within 800 meters. But depending on the ship you're targeting, that kind of information can change. But you see how we're keeping him on a 90-degree angle. We roll when we need to keep the precision lines perfect. We're going to be a little bit careful here when we're killing him because we want to soft death him. There you go. You see how he's still there? The ship is still available. And we can go ahead and take out our other target. The problem I have with bounty hunting targets currently is you don't have, like, your actual neutralized target. You see how he doesn't have a distance and a velocity meter? That shit pisses me off. But it is what it is. Look at the little Aurora with only just 2 guns. Put it in the work. Keep in that circle, the pip, and the precision lines at a 90-degree angle, so we use our pitch power to get our best lines of shots. Not only does it help you with the aim assist, but it also helps, like I said, your turn rate. Your turn rate is fastest when you pitch. And there you go, we got him. Okay? So we soft death both of them. You can now switch to scan mode by pressing V, and you could scan them and see if they have any cargo. Not that you could even fit any cargo in your Aurora anyways, but, you know, they could have cargo. Again, I can't really see shit in that MFD. So apologize to Aurora owners that you have this crappy MFD bug, right? Okay, no cargo. Now let's find the other Aurora. There he is. I just cycled targets and used my radar to find out where he is. We don't care about scanning him. He doesn't have anything on him. But We're here for his guns, right? I don't know if he has the bulldogs or anything, but nonetheless, we're going to take his guns anyways. So in order to open up your gun ports to swap out your own guns and stuff, you have to press right, Alt, and K to open up your gun ports. Some ships will have a notification that pops up on your screen saying ports are open. It seems that the Aurora does not have that feature. Maybe it has something to do with the bugged MFDs or something. But just make sure you press right, Alt, K, and if it, hopefully that is opening up your ports. The way you can know if your ports are open is when you go outside of your ship and you try to take a weapon off of your port, right? Okay. So where is our weapons? They're actually both on the other side. Remember when we were firing? They both came from this other side. So here's a gun right here, right? And you see how I can detach it? That means our ports are open, okay? We're not detaching guns from our ship. There's our other gun, right? We're attaching guns from the dead ship. That's going to save you some money by going and collecting components from other ships. It does seem like he has cannons. It's not exactly what I wanted. Oh. Because it's an ES. You could also take their missiles and stuff. Look. See that? You can take their missiles. It's not exactly what I wanted, guys. I wanted another Aurora that came with more bulldogs. But we can still take these. Not only is it money, but it's having something else on the ship. Let's bring this ship closer. You can grab the whole ship if it's small enough, and the Aurora is small enough to be grabbed. Anyways, you learn where your ports are of your ship. Sometimes it might take a little bit longer, but you can see that the port is there, and we're just trying to stick it in correctly, just like the silhouette shows. It looks like it's supposed to be turned. Well, that worked. Okay. Just fiddle with it a little bit and it'll go through. We're going to grab the other gun. And we're going to put that on our ship as well. Like I said, now we have 4 guns, making us a much more stronger starter ship. And it didn't cost us any money. That's basically what I did in the last Aurora beginner video to showcase this. And I'm basically showing you guys it's kind of the same in 4.0. Things are just a bit more polished actually, and the FPS and the server functioning and all that kind of stuff, it's really good. There is quite a bit of bugs, like as you saw, we had to Alt F4 to fix one of them. But after that, it's pretty smooth sailing, guys. So if you're having a bug, a lot of the times the answer is the Alt F4. Also, my mission didn't complete. LOL. Gotta love this game. Showing a tutorial and my mission didn't complete. Look, we have ballistic ammo now. Let's do one more mission. This time we're going to do an LRT. Even though my mission didn't complete, everything I've said stands. We're going to do an LRT now and try this out. Okay. The reason why the mission didn't complete is probably because of just it being a bugged mission. Man, it's not going to give me a quantum marker for this one either. Sometimes the game just doesn't work, and I'm going to keep this in my tutorial anyways. So if you don't have a quantum marker for a position on the moon or the celestial body, the planet, or wherever you're quantuming to, There's tricks to getting to this marker. I'm going to quantum to this divide and age shelter, which is 500 kilometers away, while our target is only 300 kilometers away. When we get close to our target, I'm going to cut the power of my ship by pressing U. Boom. Cut the power of my ship. Turn it back on. And you see we're only 59 kilometers from our target. That is called space, or that is called quantum jumping, or quantum cutting. Sorry. When you're in space, you don't have to turn off your power to cut your quantum. Like if you're going from moon to moon or from planet to planet, you can just press the button to cancel your quantum drive. But when you're doing it from a celestial body's location, if you're going from a moon's location, you have to turn off the entire power of your ship in order for that to work. Just some good information to give you guys there as we go in to do our next bounty hunting mission. Okay. We're going to fly in. We're going to hopefully have our MFDs still working correctly from the last fight. I think it is. I'm going to showcase here that my MFDs have indeed remembered the last thing I put them. As you can see, all the pips are in everything. That is because we didn't go to a different moon or planet. Anytime you quantum to a different moon or planet, your MFDs actually reset and your game forgets what you had them on. But yeah, that didn't happen here because we didn't go anywhere. We stayed on yellow. So for your information, if you are like, why are my MFDs not staying the same? It's because you went to a different moon or planet. You crossed a server boundary. Hopefully they're going to work on fixing that here soon. I know they said that they are, but it's really not that big of a deal. You just have to remember to change your MFDs again. It's a little bit tedious, but it is what it is. So next, we're going to go back in on our target. We now have 2 pips because we have 2 different types of guns, okay? That is something to mention here. 2 different types of guns means 2 different pips, 2 different velocity speeds, okay? So we can come in. It's still going to work the same because both of the pips or both of the guns have similar velocity speeds. And we're going to do some low-flying ground action here. Look at this. Some fun stuff. Here's our target. It's an Eclipse that is goofing off. And we're just going to put in the hurt. And he's going to teleport to the other side of the world. Gotta love it. Star Citizen. That honestly doesn't happen as often as it used to. They've gotten a lot better at that kind of stuff. I say that and it's gonna do it again, watch. We're out here flying on this broskies. Look at the little Aurora that could. Woohoo! I knew I gave it too much gas there. Eclipse doesn't even know what day it is, man. It's beautiful scenes. Absolutely beautiful. Hi there, buddy. How you doing, buddy? Oh, he's gonna teleport, lol. It's alright. Eclipse is a little tough for something like an Aurora to take down. It's got lots of component parts, making it kind of spongy. But we're having fun. It's not really fighting back. There's a reason why it's not fighting back. It's because of the type of mission we're on. It's because of, if you get a bounty hunting mission that tells you to go to a wreck site or something, the AI really don't, there's something wrong with their coding. They don't really fight back. They kind of just come to the wreck site and they think that's their only job, is to come to the wreck site. But anyways, that's all I got for you guys today, kind of. Did that help with starting off with your Aurora? The little Aurora that could. Guys, the little Aurora that could. The little Aurora that could. Go do a bounty hunting fight and take the guns off of the ship that you're fighting. Preferably if you find another Aurora, because then you know it has size 1 guns. You're looking for Auroras or Mustangs, or what's another size 1 ship that can happen in a bounty? A lot of the times if you're doing an LRT, it's going to be an Aurora or a Mustang. So I'm sure you'll find it. It's there. If you have questions, leave them down in the comments. I covered a lot of like very little basics when it comes to being a new player, but you know, you guys know how to fly, right? You know what buttons to press to fly. I have tutorials that talk about all the buttons on how to fly and being super basic. So if you need to see a video like that, I've done it. Search it in my channel. Go look at it. It's a bit out to date. Maybe we'll make a new 4.0 one because it has different MFDs and different things, but the basic flight controls are the same. Anyways, that's my video on a beginner's guide for bounty hunting in a starting Aurora ship. Go out there, get better guns, bring your multi-tool, have some fun, kill some other ships. That's it. This is Astro Manny signing off. Have a wonderful day, guys. Adios. Until next time. Bye-bye.